Well, news now coming in of Narendra Modi government's mega defence push. The latest that's coming in, Defence Minister Arun Jaitley has cleared the acquisition of defence equipments worth 21,000 crores. That's a staggering amount. The crucial decision was taken in Modi government's first ever Defence Acquisition Council meeting. The meet went on for over 3 hours. This meeting was chaired by the Defence Minister and was attended by the 3 service chiefs along with Defence Secretary and DRDO Chief, among others. All right, and here's what's been cleared for purchase. A brief idea about what's been cleared by the Ministry of Defence. 5 fleet support ships for Navy that will cost some 9,000 crores and will be made in India. Also, search and rescue equipment of 3 services worth 900 crore rupees. 5 fast patrol vessels at the cost of 360 crores that will be made by GRSE Kolkata. 5 OPVs for Coast Guard costing 2,000 crores from Goa shipyard. 32 advanced light helicopters for Coast Guards and Navy. Also, DAC for 2019 was cleared. Well, these are some of the proposals that were cleared by the Ministry of Defence today in its crucial meet this afternoon. We have Jugal Purohit now joining us with all the details. The Ministry of Defence finally loosening its purse strings, Jugal, with these announcements that have come. A lot of pending projects that have been cleared today in the meeting.
Absolutely, Ruchika. In fact, it isn't so much about loosening its purse strings as much as about taking a decision finally, a problem which was time and again highlighted, even though silently, by these armed forces, by the armed forces of ours. Now, let me just give you a brief idea. The whole DAC meet, that's Defence Acquisition Council, it's the topmost decision-making body of the Ministry of Defence, chaired by none other than the Defence Minister himself. It was the first DAC meeting of the Modi administration. The last one was held in February 2014, which means essentially for 5 months you did not have anyone looking at your projects, looking at acquisitions, clearing them, taking decisions. That was a big problem. What is being cleared in this DAC is essentially a thrust towards our maritime sector, primarily towards the Indian Navy, the Indian Coast Guard, private shipbuilding, as well as DPSUs into ship making. Offshore patrol vessels being cleared, fast patrol vessels being cleared, 32 helicopters for the Navy and Coast Guard combined at a cost of 7,000 crores. These are the ALH Dhruv helicopters, which will also be made in India. There are orders for the Goa shipyard, which is a DPSU, that's a public sector undertaking of the Defence Ministry. There are orders for GRSE in Kolkata, again a public sector undertaking, and also for private sector, because 4 support ships of the Navy at a cost of rupees 9,000 crores have been cleared by this DAC. It definitely tells us that there is a thrust towards the maritime sector. Insofar as the other services are concerned, for the Indian Air Force, an extremely critical deal of replacing the Avro jets. They are transport jets bought from the United Kingdom in the 60s. They are still being used because for the last year and a half, the previous administration refused to take a call on whether to or not to clear this deal, and it will be. And according to what I understand, the Defence Minister himself said that it will be a landmark decision, because it will be perhaps for the first time that the private sector of the Indian industry will be involved and will be actually delivering an aircraft to the Indian Air Force. 56 jets will be required to be made in this contract. It will be costing around 13,000 crores. As I said, it was being held up by the previous administration for a year and a half, finally now being cleared. Also, as I understand, search and rescue equipment for the 3 armed forces cleared at a total cost of rupees 900 crores. So all of this coming for our armed forces. It's indeed a big boost for the services, and according to what I understand, Mr. Arun Jaitley at the conclusion of this meeting has said that there are many more projects which are there in the pipeline, and that in this marathon meeting, because what we understand from the Defence Ministry officials, a DAC meet does not last this long, but this one did, and indeed there was a reason behind it. Mr. Jaitley has said that there are many more projects in the pipeline. Right. We will try and expedite them all. So in all, it's an extremely motivating kind of a situation for the armed forces, where desperately required equipment has been finally cleared. Ruchika?
Right. Very significant first Defence Acquisition Council meet, which you said lasted over 3 hours, and several significant decisions have been taken here in the meeting. Also, one of the most significant one being the fact that the PSU grip on defence sector, that is something that the Modi government is now trying to downplay. It also wants to bring in the private sector. Thank you very much, Jugal, for joining us and getting the details of that all important meeting.